I'm the winner, the finisher, vendor, the better, just go and get out of my way. I'ma keep fighting the thunder, the lightning, you fighting, it's best to stay out of my lane. I got the power, I'm running for hours to make you a coward that stinks. Cause I be on top and not gonna drop, ain't nothing stopping the king, cause I'm the...
March 17, 2025. Crypto.com Arena. A night that was supposed to be just another routine win for the Lakers turned into something no one saw coming. The San Antonio Spurs, bottom feeders in the standings, missing their 2 stars, Victor Wembanyama and De'Aaron Fox walked into Los Angeles and embarrassed the purple and gold. This wasn't just an upset, it wasn't just a bad game. This was an exposure, an unraveling of a team many thought was battle-tested. And on this night, under the bright lights of Hollywood, all the flaws the Lakers had been masking got dragged into the spotlight. Let's rewind for a second. Coming into this matchup, the Lakers were 42-25, surging in the West and gunning for playoff position. They'd won 8 straight at home. Austin Reeves was playing some of the best basketball of his career. Luka Doncic, the mid-season addition everyone was still trying to figure out how LA managed to land, was putting up video game numbers on a nightly basis. Even with LeBron James and Rui Hachimura resting, this was supposed to be a light night, a stat padding opportunity before the postseason grind began. Meanwhile, the Spurs, they dropped 5 of their last 6. No Wemby, no Fox. Just a bunch of hungry young hoopers with nothing to lose and everything to prove. And that's where everything changed. The Lakers actually started off like the favorites. First quarter, total control. Reeves couldn't miss. The ball was moving. Doncic was dissecting the Spurs like a surgeon. They built a 10-point lead and looked like they were going to cruise. But there's one thing young teams have that veterans sometimes forget about: energy. Relentless, annoying, chaotic energy. The kind that doesn't show up on the scouting report. And in the second quarter, the Spurs weaponized that energy. Stephon Castle, the rookie out of UConn, started to take over. He slashed, finished through contact, and lit a fire under the rest of the team. Suddenly, LA's lead disappeared, like it was never even there. By halftime, the Lakers looked rattled. And not in the we'll bounce back kind of way, but in the we don't know what's going on kind of way. Third quarter hits, and this is where things really start getting ugly. The Spurs went right at the Lakers' heart, inside the paint, over and over and over again. LA had no answer. No Anthony Davis meant no rim protection. The Lakers gave up 66 points in the paint. That's not just bad, it's inexcusable. The Spurs, without their top stars, were bullying one of the most storied franchises in basketball history in their own house. Doncic still got his 21 points, 14 assists, 9 rebounds, but it was a quiet 21. The kind of numbers that look good in a box score but don't change a game's momentum. Reeves dropped 30, and still, the Lakers were 14 with him on the floor. It was like they were trying to win the game with finesse while the Spurs were playing street ball. No plays, no structure, just effort, hustle, and a whole lot of heart. And then, just to put the icing on the cake, emotions boiled over. Jared Vanderbilt and Jeremy Sochan got into it, hard fouls, pushing, shoving. The refs weren't having it, double ejections. And you could just feel it. The Lakers weren't just losing the game, they were losing their composure. That's what made this loss so significant. It wasn't just about being outplayed. They were out-toughed, out-hustled, outworked. And the scary part, the Spurs didn't even play perfect basketball. They turned the ball over 15 times. They missed open shots. They still beat the Lakers by 15. That tells you everything you need to know. The Lakers didn't lose because the Spurs got lucky. They lost because the Spurs wanted it more. Period. Now, let's talk big picture. This game wasn't just a fluke. It wasn't just one of those nights. This game was a symptom of a deeper issue. All season, the Lakers had been walking a tightrope, playing with just enough defense to get by, relying on Doncic and LeBron to carry the offense, expecting Austin Reeves to be Superman every other night. And for a while, it worked. But what this loss showed was what happens when the talent doesn't show up. What happens when the other team isn't scared? What happens when effort meets complacency? This was a team that didn't respect their opponent, that assumed they could coast to a win because the other side was missing names. But in the NBA, Any player can be a problem if you don't check them early. Stephon Castle, Jeremy Sochin, Malaki Branham, they smelled blood. They took it personal. And when they punched, the Lakers had no counter. And while the internet was roasting the Lakers for getting clowned by a lottery team, inside that locker room, you better believe there were some tough conversations happening, because now the blueprint is out. Attack the paint, push the pace, be physical, disrupt Doncic, force the Lakers supporting cast to beat you. It's not rocket science, it's just execution. And that's what San Antonio did better. Let's not pretend LeBron's absence didn't matter. It did. His leadership, his control of tempo, his ability to stop a run with one possession that could have changed the outcome. But the issue here goes beyond one missing piece. The Lakers have to look at themselves in the mirror. Can they win ugly? Can they win without the talent gap? Can they win when the other team wants it more? Because if this was a preview of how things unravel when things get tough, then the playoffs are going to be brutal. And let's be honest, this isn't just about one loss. This is about what kind of identity the Lakers want to carry into the postseason. Are they going to be the top-heavy team that only wins when their stars are clicking? Or are they going to become the kind of gritty, adaptable squad that can win in the trenches? Because right now, it's not looking like the latter. And in the West, that kind of inconsistency gets you bounced early. Doesn't matter how many all-stars are on the roster. Coach tried to keep it real in the postgame. Talked about communication, defensive rotations, rebounding effort. But let's not sugarcoat it. This was a failure in preparation and mentality. You don't let a team that's tanking for draft picks walk into your gym and make you look like you're the ones rebuilding. That's not championship basketball. So where do the Lakers go from here? LeBron and Rui are expected back next game. That'll help. But the locker room chemistry needs a reset. Vanderbilt losing his cool, the defensive lapses, the stagnant half-court sets, these aren't new problems. They're recurring themes, and they get magnified under pressure. The good news? The Lakers still have time. They're still in a strong playoff position. They've got the talent. They've got the experience. But if they want to be taken seriously, they've got to learn from this. Not just brush it off like a fluke. The league is watching, the fans are watching, and most importantly, their opponents are watching. The Spurs gave them the playbook. Now it's on the Lakers to make the adjustments. Because if not, this won't be the last night they get exposed.